Hey guys, this is I'm going to talk about day 6 now. Uh, Day 6 I had gotten, well, I told you a bit about La Bonne Route, the good feedback I got from there. So in the morning I left with a nice breakfast from them and a lunch to go. And also she had loaned me a pair of shoes. They were snowshoes, but I'm telling you, they were much better than the Crocs. And I couldn't actually, I couldn't wait to get the Bathurst to get myself a new pair of shoes. And by this time, my feet were just killing me. So I had about 40 some odd kilometers. No, 50 kilometers to go to Bathurst. I don't know if I could make it to Bathurst, but I was trying anyway. So I took off there, which by this day 6, it was April the 7th. So I walked from there to Alvida. I got to Alvida and I was tired. So that walk there, I didn't talk to too many people. I didn't talk to actually anybody. I just I wanted to get myself to Bathurst. That's about it. So what I did is I stopped in Alvida at the corner store and I asked the attendant there. I said, is there a place where a person could go and have a sleep for a few hours? And he said, well, he said, it's a small town here. He said, so if you go anywhere, he said, nobody's going to bother you. I said, okay. So I seen a hardware store. So here I am. I go at the hardware store. It was kind of a rainy night. So there was a veranda on top of there was a veranda. So it wasn't raining on me. So I made myself my little bed. And I fell asleep. It was like 9:45. So anyway, I slept. I fell asleep like oof. Anyway, I woke up and somebody yelling at me, Adrian, where are you going? So it was Constable Savoy from the RCMP in Bathurst. So I explained to him what I was doing and that. And he said, well, you can't really stay here. I wasn't in no shape or form to argue, and plus I don't argue with the law anyway. So he said, okay. He said, well, I'll get you a place for the night. So he went in his car and came back. He says, okay. He says, I can bring you to Bathurst at the shelter for the night. And me, it sounded great because I was kind of tired. I wanted a good night's sleep. So anyway, I had all my stuff with me there. So the officer looked at me and said, how can we do this? I said, basically the only way that we can do it is if I take all my stuff and put it in your back seat and put all your stuff that you have in the trunk in the back seat, and then I could tie my cart with my bungee cords. He said, okay, let's do it. So I did it. Anyway, it fit like a glove. Didn't have much room for me, but I didn't, I was squeezed in the back there. Anyway, he brings me to Bathurst. Everything was fine. I was telling him what I was doing, and he was telling me that it was a smart idea because I actually did the walk, and I'm documenting everything, so that way there people can't say that I didn't do the walk, because if you look on my Facebook, you'll see all the pictures of the signs of along my trip that I did. And now basically I'm just doing the videos for the people that don't want to read. They can look at this video. So basically that's what it is. So yeah, and I got there, and it was kind of the first time I ever was in a shelter, so I didn't quite know how it worked. But anyway, a shelter there, let me tell you, it's first of all, you go in the shelter, they take everything out of your pockets. You take everything out of your pockets, you put it on the table. Then they put it on a little in a little basket, and they make you take a shower, and then they ask you all kinds of questions. Well, by the time I was done there, it was basically like an hour and a half it took me, and I was dead tired. But anyway, I went for my shower, and I fell asleep. Like so fast that you couldn't believe it. And here you go. So I was kind of I was doing good because we were already now the morning of day 7 and I was in Bathurst. So next video is going to be day 7. All right, so this is Adrian, and ciao. Be nice to your neighbor.